Hello friends, welcome to Suresh Aggarwal's Mathematics Shortcuts. Yet another amazing video in which I am going to take up a concept which will really surprise you, and this is the beauty of the pattern numbers. When you uh, add, subtract pattern numbers, you find unusual things, and that's what is the intention of this particular video. So watch the complete video and you will have something very nice up your sleeves which you can show to your friends and enjoy. If you have not clicked the subscribe button till now, you can click it now, and do not forget to click the bell shaped icon so that you keep on getting all the notifications of these useful uploads on the channel. So let's see the patterns now. Now suppose you need to add the repeating pattern numbers, or you can see so many of the problems written here, and these are not going to take much time in getting solved. So I'll start with the very basic thing, and then we'll move on to some difficult calculations which will be simplified using these simple rules. Now suppose we are adding numbers containing ones. So here we have one and then we have two ones. So you just have to write the counting 1, 2. Why did I stop at 2? Because there are at most two ones. Likewise, if I continue this pattern and write this series up to 3 ones, my answer will be 1, 2, 3. And likewise, if I write it up to 4 ones, these are 4 ones. Remember, we should not miss anything in between. We have to start with 1 and end at a definite number of ones, not missing out on the middle terms. So 4 ones means 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, how do we apply this concept to add the numbers other than ones? Like here you have 4, 44 and triple 4 to be added. So when you have to do this, what will I do is, I'll take the 4 because 4 is a common factor among these numbers, and then if I see the problem which is left out, it will be 1 plus 11 plus 111. And so when you have to add these pattern numbers, you will just do 4 times. How many 4s are there? 3 4s, right? So up to 3, the answer is 1 to 3 here. So just multiply 4 by 1 to 3, you will have your answer for the question. So this is 4 3s are 12, and then we have a 9, and then we have a 4. So 492 will be the sum of these three numbers. Likewise, if you have 8s and at most we have 4 8s. So what are we going to do here now? We will do 8 times 4 8s means 1, 2, 3, 4. And just do the multiplication. 8 4s are 32. So 3, 8 3s are 24 plus 3 27. 7 and a 2. 16 plus 2 18. 8 and a 1 means 9. So 9 8 7 2 is the sum of these 4 numbers. Likewise, we can have another question where we have repeating 5s. So 5 times, how many 5s are there in the biggest number? We have 5 5s. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that gives us 5 5s are 25, 2, 22, so 2 and a 2, 17, 7 and a 1, and 11, 1, 1 and 6. 6, 1, 7, 2, 5 is the sum of these numbers. Likewise, if you have a decimal, like the same question now with a decimal. So 0.1, 0.11. Now this is somehow related to this thing only, but now we are going to reverse the pattern. So here we wrote 1 plus 11 plus 111 plus 1111 as 1, 2, 3, 4. Now what will happen here is, you will have a 0 point and then you will have the reverse counting. So how many ones are there maximum? There are 2 ones, and so it will be 2, 1. Likewise, if you have at most 3 ones, then you will have 0 point. 3 ones means start with 3. So 3, 2, 1. Likewise, 4 ones means 0 point, and since we have 4 ones, start with 4. 3, 2, 1. So now we can apply this concept to multiples of these sequences. So if you have 0.1, 0.11, it is 0.21, right? Now if you generalize this here, this is 3 times something, and so 3 times what? 3 times it is the exact same thing, 0.1, 0.11 and 0.111, because I have taken out the common factor 3. So this is 0.321. So if I multiply this by 0.321, let's see whether we can have our answer or not. So this is 3, 3 2s are 6 and 3 3s are 9, and we have a 0 point. Now remember, the decimal has to be put at the appropriate place, and that's what we need to be careful about in these questions. So I'll show you how that matters so much in this question. The next part is 0.6, 0.66 up to 4 sixes here, right? So we'll have to do 6 times. Now I'll not bother about the decimal first. I'll take care of the decimal at the end when I have performed the multiplication. So how many sixes are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'll multiply this by 4, 3, 2, 1, the reverse order. So this becomes 6, 12 means 2, 1 carry, 19 means 9, 1 carry, and 25. Now see, this is a 5-digit number, and here you have only maximum 4 decimal places. So you got to put a decimal 4 digits from the right, and so your answer will be 2.5926. That is the answer for this particular question. Likewise, you can solve the next one given there. It is 0.7 plus 0.77 plus 0.777 and so on up to, in the last question we have 0.77777. So you know now what to do. This is 7 times something, and what is that something? The maximum number of sevens are 5 sevens. So I'll start with the 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now just do this multiplication. This is 7. 7 2s are 14 means 1. 22 means 2. 28, 30 means 0 and a 3. 7 5s are 35 and 3, 38. So 380247, and now put the decimal at the correct place. We have 5 decimal places in the last number, and so put a decimal 5 digits from the right hand side. You will get your answer 3.80247. Now the beauty of this trick for adding the repeating pattern numbers is that it can be generalized to so many different problems. Now comes the important part of the video. Let's see these two problems written here. Now we have number before the decimal and number after the decimal being the same number. See, 2.2, 22.22, 222.222, and likewise question of 6 is here. Now we need to add these using the rule which I told you on the previous slide, right? So let's see what happens with this question now. We'll have to do this question in 2 parts. One is what happens before decimal. So I'll write before decimal, and the other one is what happens after decimal. So we have done both the tricks on the previous slide, so I'm going to apply that concept here now. You can see they are multiples of 2, right? So 2 times. Now we need to check how many 2's are there before decimal. The maximum number of 2's before decimal. 1, 2, 3. So I'll multiply this by 1, 2, 3. And then again 2, because it's a multiple of 2 on the other side also. And how many 2's are there on the right side of the decimal? 3 2's. So I'll multiply this by 3 to 1. And so I'll get, this is 246 and this is 642. Now since after decimal I am getting a number having 3 digits, and here also we have 3 digits, so finding the correct answer for this question is not going to be difficult job, because the number before decimal is 246, so I'll write 246, decimal I'll write the 642. So that gives me my correct answer for this question. It looks very simple because the number of digits I got here are equal to the number of digits in the last number after decimal place. Now that rule is going to change here in the next question. Watch. So I have to do before decimal and I have to do after decimal. So what happens before decimal is, this is 6 times, right? And how many 6's, maximum number of 6's before decimal are 6. 6, 6, 6, 6, that is 5. So I'll start with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And likewise on the other side, 6 times the reverse order. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now let's see how the situation changes here. So if I multiply 6 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I'll have 0, 7, 0, and then we have 4 and 7. This is the product of 6 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And likewise if I multiply this will be 6, 12 means 2, 19 means 9, 25 means 5, and 32. Now here is the problem. We have 5 sixes after decimal and here we have 6 digits. Now how do we tackle this situation? We have to put a decimal 5 digits from the right hand side of this number and then add it to the previous number. So what will be the result here? 74070 is not going to change. I am just going to add what? See, 6 digits and 5 sixes. That means I am going to add 3.25926. So just add 3.25926, and this is oral addition, right? You just have to increase this number by 3, 74073, and the decimal digits do not change. And this is the answer for this addition problem. Now sometimes the situation can be little tricky when we have different number before the decimal and after the decimal. Like you can see a question written here in which we have 8.4 and then 88.44, then 888.444, 8888.4444. Now again the pattern is same, but the digit is different before the decimal and after the decimal. So let's see how we can do this also. So what will happen before decimal? So I'll write BD for before decimal and AD for after decimal. So before decimal we have 8, and how many 8s are there maximum? 4 8s, right? So I'll multiply this by 1 2 3 4. Now what happens after decimal? We have 4. So 4 times what? How many maximum number of 4s are there? 4. So 4 3 2 1. Remember, after decimal it is the number by which we have to multiply this is the reverse order, 4 3 2 1. So let's perform this multiplication first. 8 4s are 32, so 2 and a 3, 24, 27, 7 and a 2, 16, 18, 8 and a 1 and a 9. So 9 8 7 2, and likewise if you multiply this you will get 4, then 4 2s are 8 and 4 3s are 12, 2 and a 1 carry, and then 17, right? But now again the same observation. Here you have 4 decimal places, but here you have 5 digits. So you got to put a decimal 4 digits from the right hand side. This is the answer. And now just add these two. You are going to have your final answer for the question. So this is 7 8. This is 9 8, right? 9 8 7 2, and then add what? 1.7284. So this is actually oral addition. So I am just writing it for your convenience. So 0.7284 doesn't change, only the 2 becomes 3, that's it, and remaining part is same. Now you can pick up the calculators and check your answer. 8.4, 88.44 up to 8888.4444 is indeed 9873.7284. So these are some useful patterns which you can use in some of the questions which are asked in quant exams. And these patterns also find application in some of the simplification problems also, especially useful for railways and banking exams. So friends, if you enjoyed this video, do share it with your WhatsApp groups and other social media platforms so that others can also learn these new things. And do not forget to subscribe the channel, as I already told you. Practicing is really important. So just practice, take 10-20 such questions, and I'm sure you're going to enjoy it. All the best.